just trying to, let's say, to keep open this door because it's warm here. Air conditioner is probably not functioning. So, okay. So welcome everybody to this last session today. We are at the beginning of the fourth session, which is called Inspire in Action, in which I will try to give you some overview of Inspire Geoportal services, what you can find on the Inspire Geoportal and how you can use it. We will also try to do some, let's say, practical exercises. Unfortunately, we have the problem with the heating in this, or with air conditioning. I think it also didn't work yesterday. That's why it's a bit warm. I try to keep this door open at least, so let's see. Okay, so before we go really to Inspire Geoportal, I have a short introductory presentation which I will show you. Okay. So let's start. The outline of presentation is here, so I will speak a little bit about the Inspire Geoportal. I will give you an architectural overview of the Inspire Geoportal, and then we will go in this, let's say, action in the practical usage of Geoportal. I also prepared some exercises for you, so for all of you that you have maybe notebooks or tablets with you, you can try to do it in parallel with me. So let's see how we can manage in the best way. We already saw, I already showed you this picture today, I think in the first or second session, and we said that Inspire Geoportal is the central access point actually to the infrastructure and resources, and it is the only one component actually which is operated by the European Commission. So all the other components of the infrastructure are actually in the member states, so member states are developing. And it's obligatory for the member states. We can say for the Inspire Geoportal that it is also somehow the face of the Inspire, because through the Inspire Geoportal we can actually really see what data sets, what is available, what services, and so on and so on. We can search through member states, and we can see really the progress of the Inspire, because each day there are more and more services connecting to Inspire Geoportal. So these numbers are actually raising up, and this is good. That's why we can really call it as the face of the Inspire. So the objective is to connect member states network services, and then to actually to be able to achieve this cross-border data discovery and visualization, but also to support European policy making. There are some requirements for the Inspire Geoportal. First of all, we said that it is a specific entry point to Inspire discovery and view services from member states. It should have a user-friendly interface for easy finding and use of spatial data and services. We will see that in the moment it's not really the truth, but we still have this operational pilot Geoportal, so the new Geoportal is still under development. It should use modular, scalable, and based on open standards, interfaces through open standards with additional services like for registries and so on. And of course it must be compliant with Inspire Directive, implementing rules and technical guidance document. As I said, the existing Inspire Geoportal, we will go a little bit later on it, is still operational pilot. It was developed and it's still maintained at the GRC. In the moment, it is really one single interface for discovery and view services with all functionalities accessible from one page. So there is on the left you have this view service and search find on the right. It also supports advanced search provided through different filtering. I will show you how you can filter it. It has also basic gazetteer functionality like for GeoNames web services, and with the support of this Microsoft translation, it allows also automatic translation of metadata textual fields. A little bit from the architectural point of view, just as an overview. So you know from today sessions already that in the Inspire we have different types of network services, starting from discovery service, view service, download, transformation, invoke services, and that these services are used, actually, discovery service for metadata, view, download, transformation for data-specific themes, and we have more generic services like these invoke services. And actually, the idea is that through for specific data set or data set series or specific service, first of all, we must create metadata, make them available through discovery services, so that user can find it, search for them. And of course, to make the content available somehow through view services, maybe also through download services and transformation services to be able to transform the data. All of these are actually web services, and also we mentioned that they are based on OGC standard services, starting from CSW service, WMS, WFS, and so on and so on. From the national point of view, we have different public authorities. As we said, the Inspire is focused on the public authorities and data which are coming from public authorities. And actually it is expected that public authorities will actually set up and run all of these services, and then these services should be connected towards Inspire Geoportal. So in each public authority we can have such a situation that they are developing these network services. The national Inspire Geoportal is something which we can see it's a very good practice coming from different countries, because usually countries, member states are starting to develop their own national geoportals. Through these national geoportals they are trying to connect different types of services, existing services, on, let's say, some kind national access point. And there are a lot of nice examples from different member states, also other countries, enlargement countries, and so on and so on, with this scenario. However, if we go on the European point of view, so we can have different, let's say, national geoportals like UK, Spanish, German, Italian, and so on and so on. And we have actually different network services coming from different public authorities, so from the public institutions. From the Germany, again, UK, and so on and so on. How it is now in the moment from this architectural point of view, it is clearly written that Inspire Geoportal should offer central access for all the services coming from public authorities from member states. So in the moment, which is probably the point of this review, of the revision of the Inspire directive, which will be later this year, it was not foreseen that Inspire Geoportal will connect actually national geoportals, just services which are coming from the public authorities from the member states. So this connection actually is not foreseen. However, since this Geoportal, which is in the moment operational, is actually still, let's say, like some kind of pilot, so they are offering also this type of the connection. So it will be actually nice to see what will happen in the future, because we have really this practice from member states that they are actually developing their own national geoportals, and the question is, do we really need this one or not, or how it should work really in the future? Because it seems much more easier why to actually connect all these services, because there is a huge number of the services, and we will see on the Inspire Geoportal how many services, and these numbers are increasing, metadata records, and so on and so on. So maybe some other architecture could be introduced to actually make things much more easier and much more better, I would say, or to improve this current situation when we are speaking about Inspire Geoportal. Also, we can see if you go to some national geoportals, it seems that in some member states you can find much more services available through national geoportals, which means that those services are not connected directly to Inspire Geoportal. So this is obviously a problem, because if we said that this is the central access point, then all the services should be connected here. But it seems that in some countries the practice is different, and probably we need somehow to really to balance these approaches from different member states to member state. But okay, it's something what is still in the front of us. So I will now go to the existing Inspire Geoportal and try to show you actually how it works. Yes, please.
National Geoportal should have a user interface, or only should provide access for?
It is really up to member states. So it is not defined in the Inspire directive, neither in some technical guidelines or whatever. So it's really practice which is up to member states. How will they develop? Will they develop at all? And so on and so on. So it really differs from member states to member states. There are different approaches. Usually in the national contact points, they are trying to develop some kind of national geoportal, but through existing infrastructure, to fulfill actually the obligations of Inspire directive in the moment, it will be just enough to provide services from public authorities directly and connect them to actually Inspire Geoportal. Okay. Yes, please. Yes, Mauro.
Just one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it can be possible that data published on Inspire Geoportal
Okay.
or services cannot be available through the national geoportal?
I would say yes. It could be possible.
Do you think that this could be
Obstacle, what, or maybe, maybe. But I would say more that it's a vice versa, that you have in some countries much more services available which are not actually available through Inspire Geoportal. So if you want to access them, you need to go to National Geoportal, and there you will find it there, but not through Inspire Geoportal.
this, of course, is arising the problem of language?
Exactly. Exactly, you're right. No, yeah. So there are different practices, and I mean also different approaches in different countries. I'm not sure what is the best solution, how to cope with this issue. But I would not like to mention some countries here by name, but you can see really that in some countries through the National Geoportal much more services is available than through the Inspire Geoportal. And that is, for me, I see it as a problem, because all those services should be also here somewhere, connected to Inspire Geoportal, if they are obliged. Maybe there are some services which are not under the scope of Inspire directive, and that is something different. But all which are, they should be available through Inspire Geoportal. So it's challenging. Okay. I mentioned also that through the Inspire Geoportal, on the Inspire Geoportal, in the current version, you can find this metadata editor and metadata validator tool, which is very usable actually to validate your metadata records and so on, but you can also create metadata. We will go just to Discovery and Viewer and to see actually what is available in the moment. Okay. So as we saw already on the picture, we have two parts. Let's say some viewing part on the left side, and actually searchable part on the right side. there are different ways how to search. You can use also this viewer, but you can perform also some text searches. You can do some filtering. Actually, what or which metadata you can search? You can search for metadata about datasets, dataset series, about services, layers, and download services. In the moment, there are a lot of metadata records. So, for example, for datasets, there are almost 300,000. For series, 800. Services, 27,000 almost. Layers, almost 60,000, and download services 17,000. So these numbers are really changing day by day, because when member states establish some kind of services, they are sending a request to Inspire Geoportal to be connected. Yes? From the catalog service must be connected to Inspire Geoportal. Yeah, sure. When you are searching here something, so which means if you are searching something in Poland, you are searching for the catalog services which are run up and running.
National administrator can administer some area in
Not here, in their own country. So yes. So the only thing you need to provide the endpoint of your service.
And regularity is online.
Yeah. You also want? I'm not sure that I understood. You are asking about? Okay. Okay, but these data are serving to report regarding to air quality directive, or?
Yeah, but also it's fire compatible.
Okay. So I can presume if you are probably working in some agency, or so you are running this service as your agency.
Yeah, we have this data now, and
But okay, I can imagine you are sending the report to Environment Agency or whatever. But if you are running the service, you can easily connect your service through Inspire Geoportal. Yeah. You need to do this because you are the public authority, so it's up to you. Yeah.
If I edit some record in local metadata catalog,
Yeah.
Inspire Geoportal is this editing online?
Yes. Yeah. That's why if you take Inspire Directive, there is an article clearly stated that member states should provide this connection to services which are running up. No. It is not the database of metadata here. So you are searching available online services from the member states.
I understand it's discovery service.
Yeah. Exactly, through this catalog service. So you just have to run up your CSW and send endpoint, and this is it. Okay, regarding the searches. Okay, we mentioned how many. So first of all, you can search by country. So the height of this text of the country is also connected with the number of the metadata records. So you can easily see that in some countries, for example in Poland, you have much more, let's say, metadata records than in the other countries. For example, also in Spain. Then you can search through data themes, for example, buildings, cadastral parcels, and so on and so on. Okay, and then you can use also this advanced search where you can put some filtering. First of all, you can filter here if you want to search only for services, metadata about services. I will put only services, and then let's say origin, maybe how many service metadata about services is available from, I don't know, Denmark, 219. Then you can use some more filtering. Here we can filter regarding the service type. So we can find metadata about some discovery services, mostly about actually view services. So there are metadata about 87 actually view services here available. So there are different possibilities to this filtering. Also you can use, as I said, this left side. So you can draw the rectangle or bounding box. I don't know. Like this, and then to find also whatever actually you are searching for. So these are the, let's say, main possibilities in the moment. I know that probably this operational Geoportal is still not really user friendly, but as I mentioned to you, so the new one is under development. I think there was a public procurement 1 year ago or maybe even more in the moment, and actually the Italian company Planetech, they won it. So I think it's in the final phase. I don't know when it will be published, so probably we should ask relevant people in DG Environment or maybe the GRC in the moment to see what is going on. I saw already some presentation before about this new Geoportal. It looks much more really user-friendly. There are also some more possibilities how to search for metadata. Let's see. I just heard from rumors that probably this year it will be announced, this new Geoportal. So this is what we have actually in the moment. Of course, when you click on some metadata record, then you will get discovery metadata. You can also translate this metadata through this Microsoft Translator, and you can find all the information regarding the metadata actually here. Yes.
Every country can have more than one discovery service access point, or only one?
No more. Because it's on the public authorities. If you remember these pictures from our architectural overview, so maybe it can be only one. If someone decides at the country, if it's a small country, okay, we will manage all the records. Maybe they can provide such a service. Maybe it could be only one. But usually you have several public authorities with different services running up. Okay. So you can translate it also. What more? Did I forget anything? I'm not sure. But now for those of you who have notebooks, and there are not so many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have some exercises. Let's try. To solve them together. Okay. Okay, so I just put some, let's say, possible use cases here. So if you can, oh sorry, I also need to make this available. Is it coming? Yes. Okay. Okay, so if you can go to Inspire Geoportal and try to answer these questions, and then we can try to solve this together and to see if the results are similar or not. This would be nice. So maybe the first question is about total amount of the metadata records. So the answer is actually, if you go from type to type, you just need to sum up and to see how many metadata records. I actually don't know in the moment, but I think the task is not so is not so difficult. The result should be several 100,000, so if you sum up all the existing metadata records. What is the number of the searchable services? This should be easy. So it's a number actually of records for the services. So if you just go with the mouse above, it's not coming. I don't know why. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Then try to find how many dataset series is available in German language. So you need to filter a little bit. So you need to put filter dataset series and German. I actually don't know the answer. How many? 7,000. I don't know. Do we have some other result? How much? Only 12? No, it's 212. I'm not sure. Did you put the right filters? You have also the 212. Okay. Maybe you missed something. Yeah, only series. So not datasets, only dataset series. It could be, I think, something like that. Then, for example, number of data sets in Slovenia for cadastral parcels. So you also need to put some filters here. First, that you are searching for the data set, then Slovenia, and then you need to choose cadastral parcels. I think the answer is just few of them. I'm not sure. Is it? How many? 5? Yeah, probably the answer is correct. Let's find number of discovery services in Czech Republic. Again, you need to filter services, discovery, and Czech Republic. Could be. I'm not sure. Any other match? 17? 17, yeah. Okay, thanks. Number of layers on buildings in France, for example. Any result? 21. Does it match? Yeah, good. Okay, then what we have more, number of data sets in topic category location in Sweden, for example. How many? You need to choose topic category. Here? Yeah, okay, okay. Okay. How many? 4. Does it match? It's okay, perfect. Then, for example, this is nice. Number of data sets in data teams, addresses, and cadastral parcels for Berlin. So, that would be nice to see if we can match. Actually, you can search in 2 ways. You can search through this viewing service, so you can, let's say, draw the bounding box around the Berlin. But probably much more precise would be to put Berlin like a word and to use this textual search. That's my proposal for this one. And then to choose these 2 data themes like addresses and cadastral parcel. Yes, Maura? Yeah. Probably you will face the problem. I don't know actually what happened. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's see. Okay. Oops, sorry. If I took, but you can choose only Berlin here. So I think it's only connected with the English title of the name of the city. So you cannot put Berlin on, just Berlin. Okay. So do we have the result? Only one? Okay. Does it match with others? 1. Five in the sum. So 1 for cadastral parcels and 4 for addresses. Is it correct? Okay, good. And if we can try to find download service data sets for spatial data team ortho imagery in Finland, what would be the result? Let's try. I think it should be few of them. I'm not sure, but 2. Okay. Does it match? 16. So once again, download service, data sets for spatial data team ortho imagery and Finland. No, only download service. Not all the service, only download. So is this 2 okay with, okay. Perfect, and then try to actually using these layers which are available to Inspire Geoportal, try to create such a map of Slovakia in this case. To put actually 2 layers. One is a digital relief model and the other one is protected trees. I think this is the most complicated task, but try to try to map it. Probably for the colleague from Slovakia it should not be the problem, I presume. But I'm not sure that actually the layers are available from Slovakia. Are there?
I found only one.
Only one. Because there was also layer before available, maybe the service is down. It could be the case. Could be the problem. Let's see. Okay, so me Corinne. Maybe the service is temporarily down, I presume, because immediately when we choose the layers we cannot get anything for the Slovakia in the moment. Yeah, I don't see it. Have you find something? Probably not. Okay, we can maybe try to take some other service for, let's say, France. There are a lot of services actually already available which you can, when you click on the eye, you can display. Of course, the service must be up and running. If the service is not running, unfortunately we cannot see them. But it's a nice, I mean, example how you can already combine, overlap some actually services directly through the Inspire Geoportal, and you can create already some maps and visualize some data sets. Okay. Since we are almost at the end actually of today Inspire training, yeah. Just a second. Actually, I'm not sure that you can search in the moment through this Geoportal services together. You cannot combine service together with the data team. I think it is not, momentarily it's not functioning. Just a second, I can try. If you put, you said service? Yeah. Okay. For the France, Spain. I see actually 10 of them. Okay. I'm not sure that it's working through data teams, but okay, we can try. It seems nothing. Why? Okay. About
Conformity of the metadata for service is written that service is conformity with regulation for services,
okay.
conformity regulation for metadata, and
Okay.
regulation for interoperability and blah blah.
Okay.
So is it correct? Overall opinion.
To be honest, I think that not all of those metadata records are really Inspire conformant. So that is the problem, because I think the people who are working on it, they are still not so performing, not so rigorous checking of those metadata records which are coming from different services. So probably that could be some issues with the metadata records, I would say. For sure. Okay. So for Slovakia we didn't. Okay. Let's try for the end of today's training actually to answer to some exercise to some questions actually regarding Inspire Directive. Okay. So I know that not all of you were here starting from this morning, but I think maybe we should try to answer some questions. So we did today actually 4 sessions, starting with first session was more general overview of Inspire Directive and relation to other policies. Then in the next session we went more deeply into the actually components of the Inspire, so we were explaining from metadata through different services, monitoring and reporting, and so on and so on. And then in the third session we were explaining, we were dealing with the data scope in the Inspire, so data specification, data models, and actually this fourth was more like playing a little bit with this Inspire Geoportal. But at the end of the day, let's see if we really learned today something. So I would like to post some very simple question for you. At least I think someone who attended all the sessions today can maybe answer those questions. So I think the first one is really very simple. So the Inspire Directive entered into the force when? We all know probably. Or? 2007, yeah. Okay. The second one, Inspire Data Team Elevation, is in which annex? Annex 2, yeah? Is it correct? For all of you? Good. Inspire Directive requires collection of new data. No. Yes. Well, you were the good students. Which obligation a national provider of C regions data had to meet by the end of 2013? That's the question. What do you think? So to be able to answer on it, probably we need to go to Inspire roadmap and to see these deadlines. But for the C regions, they need to provide for sure metadata. They need also to provide actually data, but still not harmonized with the Inspire. And they need to provide discover and view services. I think this question I answered actually today a lot of times. What is the difference between implementing rules and technical guidelines? So we know that implementing rules is something which is legally binding, and actually technical guidelines are something which is not, which is only to show the way to member states and data providers how they can implement actually Inspire. And then where can you find information on Inspire data sets in different countries? Through Inspire Geoportal in the moment, yeah, that should be the answer, no? Where the transformed inspired data have to be sent? Nowhere. Yeah, they have to be published, not sent. And member states shall send to European Commission a report on inspired implementation status every how many years? 3. Yeah. Monitoring each year and report every 3 years. Yes, so from my side, I think I am exhausted after the whole day. But now I'm opening the floor to you for the questions, and you are more than welcome to ask whatever you want. Just don't hesitate. Or if there are not any more questions, if everything was clear today, probably we deserve some rest, coffee or whatever. So any questions? I think there were really a lot of information today given here. I hope that you learned something, that it opened probably your mind, that now it will be easier for you to search for data, to use them, whatever you are dealing with, if you are a provider of data or user or data user or whatever. So I hope it was a useful training for you. And yeah. Let's see, as I said at the end of the first session, that data sharing is everything. So I think this is really what is important, that we share our knowledge, our skills, because we saw that really the capacity building is one of the issues which needs to be tackled in the future. And there are a lot of countries with different approaches. We need to balance these issues. We need to balance approaches, and so on and so on. So there are still a lot of differences between countries at the EU level. So no questions. Then I would like to thank you, all of you, especially to those one who were from the beginning, from the morning here with us. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.